Welcome to Brava Women Networking Wise Women Wednesday. Today we've got the amazing Kirstin Wilson of Empowered Business Harmony. She's an energetic business strategist helping women realign their office, simplify their systems, and scale sustainability through the soul times system times scale pathway. Today our topic is scared of your inner superpower. Well, let's find out and dig deeper. We're going to discover everyone is wired differently. Different doesn't mean wrong, and you don't have to copy others. I'm excited to hear more. Over to you, Kirsten.
Thanks so much, dear, and thank you everyone for joining me today. So you're in a superpower, hey, and building a business that actually fits you. This is what today's going to be about. So most women that I work with they're not lacking strategy. They're really just sitting in a little bit of overwhelm. And I know we've all been there, right? Some of us might even be there now. And so it shows up as second guessing, maybe overthinking, feeling like you're doing all the right things, but sometimes things don't land. And so, what I've found with walking alongside these women in business is that it's actually rarely a capability issue, it's a misalignment. And it might be a misalignment between how they're wired and then how they're trying to operate. And perhaps they might be forcing themselves into strategies that actually don't fit their natural way of moving. And so that has been a big revelation in my own experience and how I have changed everything in my business to fit what is correct for me. So, as Dia said, I'm Kirstin Wilson. I'm a business empowerment strategist. And what I do specifically is coach the science of differentiation, which simply means that I help women stop building businesses around someone else's blueprint. That's it. And start building them around their own blueprint. So instead of asking, what should I be doing? I run my clients through three filters. So the three filters are, and you can do this too in your own business. It will help you regardless of what you do in your profession. So look at the three things, which is energy, timing, and clarity. So energy, ask yourself, does this energize me or drain me in what you're offering, what you're sharing, what you're producing, what you're creating? So does it energize you or does it drain you? And then in timing, is this actually the right moment for me right now, or am I trying to force momentum? So is it the right timing for me right now, or am I forcing? And then clarity. Do I feel clear, a very clear yes, or am I trying to convince myself, or maybe even others? Perhaps you might be trying to convince somebody else, not even yourself. So we're all wired differently. And so let's talk about how those filters matter because it starts with understanding something that nobody usually really teaches us in business. And so, with every woman in any room, we process energy, decisions, and opportunities all differently, like we all are here today. We all work and operate differently, right? And so, we're designed to respond to the right moment, the right invitation. But what I see is that sometimes we don't respond in the way that we're actually designed to respond to things. And then what can happen is we can go into burnout, frustration. We might really feel like things are so misaligned that we can even switch off. And there is no universal business strategy. This is what I believe because I've done all those blueprints, the other ones, not these, not this type. And what I've found is that why do some of them work for me and many of them don't. And it's because they're not designed to suit everybody. So different doesn't mean wrong. If you feel different or you're operating differently or you're sharing differently, actually doesn't mean wrong. That's not usually the problem. It's usually that we don't understand how we should be operating that feels good for us. So that's why if you ask yourself, is the timing right? Does it feel aligned? Do I feel clear? Can actually help you move forward and progress further because misalignment often gets mislabeled as failure. And I know I've felt that in the past. Like I'm really failing in this because I feel frustrated, I'm responding the wrong way, and people don't really hear or see what I'm trying to say, or I'm not even saying it in the way that should be landing for them because I'm responding incorrectly or I'm sharing in the wrong way. So your difference is not the problem. Your difference is how you can look at strategizing and sharing with others that work for you. So what I've found is that you don't have to copy other people's strategies, but once you actually know what's correct for you, then things will begin to shift. Now, how do you find that? That's the big question, right? Where do we find it? How do we find it? And how do we begin to implement that? So I think the where is probably the biggest thing. So I want to invite you all to shift into one question. And instead of what's working for someone else, ask yourself, what is it or how is it that I make my best decisions in today? So is it that your energy feels off or misaligned? Is it that your energy feels depleted and you just don't want to be doing the thing that you want to be doing today? That was a little bit of me yesterday. Is it that you just don't have it in you to deliver, share, create whatever it is at that particular time? It's actually your body intelligence telling you that it's not correct for you and not correct for you right now. But it might be right for tomorrow, or it might be right for next week or months later. So I hope that that kind of gives you a little bit of understanding on looking at yourself when you're operating when things don't feel correct or don't feel aligned. So how can I help? Well, it all starts with looking at your blueprint. And what you do is it's just as simple as entering your birth details, your date and time and place of birth into my portal. And what happens is it creates a blueprint from the way that you're designed. Think of it like a personalized map. And this personalized map gives you a document that reveals exactly how you're wired. And this map can go in very deep or it can go just on the surface level. It depends on how much you want to look into it. And inside this map, this blueprint, it weaves 5 different modalities, such as the ancient Chinese I Ching. It weaves in Western astrology. It weaves in chakras. It weaves in quantum science and also the neutrino field. And that's what we call the science of differentiation. So this will reveal 3 major themes at first for you, and it's usually our energy and why we are feeling depleted or why we're feeling energized in something. And then you can move into creation or building through understanding, are you here to respond? Are you here to guide others? Are you here to reflect, perhaps? And alone finding out one of those key theme words usually can really transform the women that I work with. And it almost is like giving them a permission slip. And so one of the other gifts is your natural role. And your natural role is almost like your professional blueprint. So the way that you're meant to work and what you're meant to do in your work. So when women find out that, and it's called an incarnation cross, I know the beautiful Natalia here today will know what I'm talking about. Your incarnation cross gives you your profile on how you're meant to work and what you're meant to do with that work. And that alone can be a really big revelation for some because it might be the key missing piece in their lives, especially when women start going through their Chiron, aka midlife or transition of change in womanhood. And this missing piece can be a really big way of helping them to know what to do next. And I know for me personally, this is where things really started transpiring and started changing. So I feel really fortunate that I was lucky enough for someone to give me my own human design blueprint. So, how do you integrate that? This is what I call your inner superpower. Your inner superpower is gifting you to be able to look inside what your blueprint says about you, about your energy, about your strategy, whether you're here to respond, initiate, and so forth, and then find out more about the way that you're delivering, sharing, and creating the things that everyone else should be gaining your knowledge and wisdom from. So before we go, I invite you, if you feel called to scan the QR code on the page. You'll be able to receive your human design blueprint. You'll be able to start testing it and having a look and seeing if there's anything in there that you feel called to. And if you feel like you're ready for the next step, I'd love to help you explore your inner superpower more deeply. It's a single 90-minute soul-led decode reading. And women walk away with completely new understandings of how they've been designed. They feel clearer, they have clarity. And the lovely Cassie, who's one of our members, did actually say something to me some time ago after she had hers. And she said it made her feel lighter. It made her have a permission slip to actually do the things that she's doing. And that is actually okay, and for her to not do things that she thinks she should have been doing, which is actually also okay. So it's almost like a permission slip to go, you know what, I don't have to do everything, and I don't have to do everything the way that I've been told I should be doing it. I need to be doing it in what feels aligned for me to be able to move forward. So thank you all for sitting in on my talk today. I hope that that's given you some little bit of insight into what I do, how I do, and what services I offer, and for you to be able to move forward and learn a little bit more about yourself. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Kirstin. And we'll pop the links down below and people can contact you directly. Thank you so much.
Thanks all.
Nice.